Pikoko is a trick-taking card game from Brain Games and designer Adam Porter. If you don't know what a trick-taking card game is, it's where you play cards with numbers and colours. You're trying to win sets of cards or tricks, and you're doing that generally by playing higher numbers or by following suit or by playing the trump suit. Pikoko has all of those things in it, but it adds some really interesting twists to the classic trick-taking format. So first of all, you're able to see all the other players' cards and not see your own cards. So if you've ever played the game Hanabi, it's a little bit inspired by that. And in Pikoko, it's done in this wonderful way. You've got these plastic peacocks and all the cards are fanned out so everyone else can see them and you're never going to like knock them over or anything. And you can see everyone else's. Rather than wanting to win tricks in this game, you're not even playing your own cards. You're playing the cards of the player to your left. Pikoko differs from some trick-taking games in that you don't need to win tricks to get points. It's all about predicting what will happen in the game. So at the start of every round, you see all the cards that you can see and you make bets on what you think will happen. So you start with one player and everyone will bet on that player. You don't bet on yourself. Such an interesting thing to kind of look at what's available, look at how you think the round is going to go, and then place these bets. Of course, you don't know your own cards. That's your blind spot. And so you don't know how good they are. And so generally you're looking for higher numbers and you're looking for cards in the trump suit. It's a fascinating decision to make. And the fun is really when people bet differing amounts. So there's still tension for sure when you bet the same amount. But if there's wildly different bets, that means that there's going to be wildly different successes and failures. When, of course, people bet on you, you're going to have some information about how good your hand is. So if people are betting on you last, then you haven't had that information to be able to use it in betting on other people. If your bet's exactly right, you get 2 points. If you're one off either side, then you get 1 point. And if you're wrong, you just get 0 points. The other interesting thing, just to ramp up the betting, is that you each have a hand of confidence cards. These represent every other player in the game. So you will be picking a card at the start of the round and basically focusing on one of your bets. That's the bet that you're most sure of. And if you're right at the end of the round, you'll get 3 extra points. If you're wrong, you'll get a minus point. Traditionally in a trick-taking game, you don't have that much information. You've just got this random draw of cards that feels very luck-driven. And so often trick-taking games can feel quite lucky, especially if they're games where you need to win tricks to get points. In Pikoko, there is no points for winning tricks. And you also have so much more information than you would get in those games. So in a 5-player game, rather than having 20% information, being able to see your own cards, you have 80% information. And I love that you kind of look at the cards in turn and you sort of think, well, how will that play out? If they play that card, you can kind of see how it'll go. Having a plan and then seeing that plan completely collapse when you think it will go one way, and even other people who have made the same bets as you, you're relying on them to kind of play the cards in the way that you think it should be played, and then of course they have other plans and they'll screw up this kind of shared bet that you have. I've had such a great time with Pikoko that I'm giving it a seal of actual love. I think it's one of the most fun trick-taking card games that I've ever played because of that unique twist of turning your cards around and being able to see everyone else's. It changes the dynamic of trick-taking games. It doesn't feel like other trick-taking games I've played, and I just love the tension, the shared frustration. It's just a lot of fun. So I would highly recommend Pikoko. If you'd like to help ActualLol grow bigger and better, go to patreon.com/ActualLol. I'm John Purkis. Thanks for watching.